Buddha talked about, first of all, beings that come into the world by live birth.
Only Lord Buddha, or the one on his behalf, deserves the very first spoon of the morning rice.
Until we reach our familiar point, remember our favorite turning point.
But I repeat, I think it will be ultimately very helpful if Lord Buddha is part of one's life.
Swadika, and welcome to Meditation for All program. My name is Siyani Manat Thairak, and I will be your host for today. In today's episode of Buddhist Concept, Venerable Nicholas will pick up from last week's topic of a person path in destiny and continue with the next topic of the action of karma from one lifetime to another. He will explain in details the way karma works and the different time frames when the karma will bear its fruition. He will also explain the difference between the concept of evolution and spiritual development.
Today is actually the 8th lesson of the Buddhist Concepts course. Last time we looked at the sort of things we can expect when we come to the end of our life. And one thing which you'll probably gather after listening to the last lecture is that life and death, they are part of the same continuum. So at the end of one's life, then there's death, but death is like the transition between one life and the next. And just as when we come to the end of our human life, then we have a transition to go to the next life, then obviously the fact that we come into life in the human realm in the first place must mean that we have some connection from previous lives as well. In fact, not just for human life, but for every form of life. If you talk about animal life as opposed to plant life, then Buddhism describes 4 different modes by which people can come in, beings can come into the world. We tend to ignore plants because they are said to be, although they are alive, they don't have consciousness. They don't have an aware part to them. The plants are said to have one sense only, sometimes a sense of touch. But they are not normally included in the cycle of rebirth. Okay. So if we're talking about the 4 modes of birth by which beings can arise in the world, then there may be some differences between what you've learned from biology, but it is fairly much compatible. The Buddha talked about, first of all, beings that come into the world by live birth. So things like mammals, where the mother gives birth to live offspring. So animals which are born from the womb. The second sort of animal, second sort of mode of birth is the mode of birth of those which are born from eggs of various sorts. So they are not alive at the moment the mother lays the egg, but after some period of incubation, then they will emerge alive from the egg. And this would include things like birds or reptiles, or if you like, even various sorts of insects. The third sort of mode of birth is beings which arise in moisture. So you can think of things like mosquitoes which arise in stagnant water, or various other sorts of small animals, whether it's worms or lice, fleas. But there's one last mode of birth which is necessary to explain all the forms of life which are not just physical, but also forms of life which are different forms of mind, where the state of mind becomes the state of existence in places other than the human realm and the animal realm. And this is known as spontaneous arising. So it means that beings or life forms arise instantly in adult form. And this mode of rebirth is necessary to explain the arising of beings in places like the heaven realms or the hell realms. There are some forms of life where you have a choice of ways to arise. For example, the Nagas or the beings in the first level of heaven sometimes arise by different modes, but the same sort of being. But some beings, they are only able to arise by spontaneous arising. If you can remember back to your morning chanting, in the last verse of the morning chanting, they actually refer to all forms of birth, forms of modes of birth, so that you can spread loving kindness to them in the morning. So with the Pali words, it goes something like, this one, Puja Yepi. Can you say it again? Anda Sambhava. Anda is the egg. Sansera Jat. This part, this is referring to the four modes of birth. So we spread loving kindness for all four modes of birth. Yeah, it's rusty. Not in order. It's hard to remember if it is not in order. So when people come into the human realm, in fact, it's actually from many different places that they come. They don't just come from like a fresh rebirth or a new being arising in the world. But in fact, everyone has places which they have come from. Some beings may come from places which are not so fortunate as the human realm. So they are arising from hell realms or maybe ghost realms. And when the bad karma of the retribution runs out, then they may return to the human realm. As for those who are coming from fortunate realms, once their merit runs out from being in the heaven realms, then they will come back into the human realm. So what we have in the human realm, although we look around us and we see people who all look pretty much the same, with a head and 2 arms and 2 legs, but the origins of the people may be completely different. And there's not much to tell people apart, except for the fact that normally those who have come from a more fortunate place will have things easier in life than those who have come from a less fortunate place. if you are looking to see where people have come from, then you can talk about people's pathway in their destiny. For example, some people may arise in life in the human realm, and when they come into the human realm, they are coming from an unfortunate realm. So maybe they have some bad habits which still have some dispositions in their character where they would be very easily tempted to do the same mistakes again. Supposing a person was a thief for many lifetimes, they have served the retribution of being a thief in the hell realms. Once that retribution runs out, then they make their way back to the human realm again. But ingrained in their character is often still the temptation to want to steal again, because they have been doing it for so many lifetimes. So in the human realm, they may make the mistake of not learning from their mistake, and if they repeat the error which they made in the first place, then they may return back to the same place at the end of their human life. This would be what's known as coming out of the darkness and going into the darkness. A different scenario is that of someone who has had problems for many lifetimes. They have been in the unfortunate realms, but they learn something from that experience. Even though they may be born in the human realm with difficulties, and even though they may have to face up to a lot of temptations, but if they manage to resist the bad part of their nature, the fool in their nature, then they can succeed in spite of that difficulty, in order that when they leave the world, they can leave the world to go to a better place. So such a destiny for a person would be called out of the darkness, but into the light. Some people are born in the human realm with all the advantages. They come from the heaven realms, presumably because in the past they had done a lot of good deeds. So when they arise in the human realm, then normally things would be quite convenient for them. Without very much effort, they can achieve success in whatever they wish for. Maybe they will be endowed with wealth, maybe they will have a good family, maybe they will have a lot of people around them ready to give them support and encouragement. But unfortunately for some people, or perhaps for many people in such a situation, they may become complacent, which means that they get success too easily and they take it for granted. So for example, the rich kid has everything easy in life because his parents are rich. And because he never had to do anything himself to get such riches, he assumes that it's an automatic privilege that he should get such riches. So he doesn't have the appreciation that you have to work hard to get such riches. You have to be honest to get such riches. So therefore, they may use the money which they have at their disposal not to perpetuate their wealth or to perpetuate their good fortune, but they may waste the wealth they have on in a frivolous way or even in a destructive way. So you get the classic example of the rich kids who become drug addicts. So what would happen to such a person at the end of their life is that although they have come from a good place, but at the end of their life, because they haven't built on their advantages to go to a better place, they end up going to a worse place at the end of their life. And this would be the sort of destiny which we would call a person who has come out of the light but goes into the darkness.
In today's Buddhist culture episode, we will learn about the morning food offering and how to prepare the food before being offered to the monks.
Only Lord Buddha, or the one on his behalf, deserves the very first spoon of the morning rice. It is when he can see the lines on his palm with the first daylight that a Buddhist monk who gets up earlier before the sun rises will begin his alms round. Preparation of alms food is also usually done before the sun rises, but some of these dishes and desserts can be prepared the evening before. But firstly and most importantly, all dishes must be fresh and allocated in a special container set aside for alms. Early that morning, foods that were cooked in the evening will be brought out to be warmed in the old Asian fashion. Going on the alms round. Sometimes a monk goes on his alms round alone, sometimes with company. Elderly monks need the company of a young man, one who is stronger and is able to help the monks on their rounds. Sometimes this is a young, clever boy who enjoys inquiry and never lets anything escape his sight.
Today Buddhist culture topic of the morning rites will continue next week. Let us now sit in a comfortable position, gently close your eyes and set your mind at the center of your body as Venerable Somsak Piya Silo leads today's meditation.
Sawadee. Hello everyone. It is very nice to meet again. This is session 4 of part 2. I believe everyone will enjoy the fruits of meditation because we make it by ourselves. And if you practice it often, regularly, you will enjoy inner peace somehow. Last time, again, just to make a brief review, we talk about before and after meditation. Before, we should instill the mind, calm down the mind. And after, we should not move our body and mind too abruptly right away from the end of meditation. In today's society, we have stress somehow. But before meditation, it is very hard to switch from the busy world. The mind is always busy. Right away to the stillness of the mind. So we need a little bridge to bridge the two worlds together. A simple technique which is available to all. Everyone will have soft music or instrumental one actually. Instrumental music is very nice because it contains no wordings. It is really soft and can soften your stress. So we prepare just before meditation. I would recommend again, this is another technique, that we listen to a soft instrumental music for a while and relax together with a kind of soft drink or just plain lukewarm glass of water. This is good enough. Let's try. Turn on soft music and then we let the mind flow with it. And if the mind is softened and gentle enough, we can become a good meditation right now. So if you are ready, ladies and gentlemen, we just simply close the eyes. Let the beauty of clean music clean the whole you. Relax the whole body as before. Let the beauty of the music enter your mind. Allow the mind to be flowing, to be soft, and always gentle when we touch it. We can imagine we are in the middle of the forest, surrounded by all greens, small plants and big trees. Every breath that we take is made of fresh air, pollution-free. Every breath that we take goes really deep inside the body until we reach our familiar point. Remember, our favorite turning point. The turning point just for beginners. The turning point is the point where the in-breath has turned the out-breath. It is the far end of our deep breath. This is the station of peace, because every time the mind rests here, we gain inner peace. Peace could be collected over the station of peace. Let the beauty of the nature, let the embrace of the Mother Nature soothe the whole body and mind, the whole you. Stay peacefully, joyously within the embrace of the Mother Nature. Get soaked up, get wrapped up by the serenity of the nature. Until every single molecule of life is so fresh, so soft. The mind stays so still, right there. The mind stays so still over there. Enjoy a bright sphere form of the crystal ball that emerges at the center of the body. This is the original form, the formation of the mind. The mind has the form of a sphere. Therefore, a crystal ball appears at the center point. We recall the original form, sphere form of the mind. Always we shall not apply any force. Sometimes we try to make the shape so sharp. It is not necessary at all. As long as the mind rests peacefully, we may experience the crystal ball. Sometimes it keeps going, as well as keeps coming. Enjoy the appearance of the crystal ball. And sometimes when it is gone, enjoy the peacefulness when the mind dwells in the center. We always enjoy peace, inner peace, at the station of peace. Always relax, relax all the time. As every second, every minute passes by, we always relax. Enjoy the existence of the crystal ball at the center point. Enjoy being in the embrace of the nature. Enjoy your still mind that creates inner peace. It has become so certain, ladies and gentlemen, that peace could be created only from inside. That is why we'll call this inner peace. We can use our inner peace to create world peace by means of sharing. Peace can be shared very easily, starting from our station of peace. We just let the sphere form of the crystal ball grow bigger. Let the crystal ball grow bigger until it could cover our entire body. It will become even easier if you let the sphere expand limitlessly. So now we focus at the center, but the boundary of the sphere is limitless. It is beyond our vision to see the boundary of peace that we expand to share to the world. Let peace prevail inside our mind for a while before we finish this meditation session. And when the time is up, we slowly, delicately open up the eyes. Hope you enjoy your inner peace together with us. Practice often. You go to the station of peace often. It will be easier each time you go there. And once you get inner peace to yourself, don't forget to share inner peace to everyone around you. Until we meet next time, and hope you enjoy meditation even more and more when we meet next time. Have a good time. See you later.
The center of all things is you. Peace and joy with love and your happiness. Light a candle bright inside of you, and it too will light the next one and the next one. and the next millions of candles will brighten up the whole world. In this world, we know there is hatred, greed and hunger, and suffering. To be free, free from all of these things, remember that the one place peace can be found is within. Now we'll join together and make it happen. Let's make the world at peace through meditation. Now we'll join together and make it happen. Let's make the world at peace through meditation. Now we'll join together and make it happen. Let's make the world at peace through meditation. From now on, may the bright light of peace at the center of each of you be a beacon for the true and everlasting peace. Let's make the world at peace through meditation. Now we join together and make it happen. Let's make the world at peace through meditation. Now we join.
Coming up next, Chantipa Wanitgun will be talking to Miriam Marin, an engineer who was born in Argentina and moved to the United States. She used to have lots of questions about life after death, especially since her father passed away. After she joined the Middle Way Meditation Retreat program in Chiang Mai, she got more understanding about life after death. Moreover, she would like to share her peaceful inner experience with everyone else in the world.
Sawadee Ka. Welcome to Soon Phet Keo, the Middle Way Meditation Retreat in Chiang Mai Province. My name is Chantipa Wanichikun. I will be your host today. The objective of today's sessions is to introduce our audience the Middle Way Meditation program and some of the people who have been at the meditation center in Chiang Mai. Today, we have Kun Miriam Marin from Argentina to share with you her experience during her retreat program. Sawadee Ka.
Sawadee Ka.
Could you please introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your background?
Sure. My name is Miriam Marin. I was born and raised in Argentina. I moved to United States to study engineering. I graduated from engineering school 19 years ago, and I married James Kine, which is a person from Myanmar. We met in college. We've been married for 17 years. And I'm here now in Thailand. I've been here 7 months. I was sent by my company to work with one of your companies here in Thailand. And I completed my assignment last Saturday. And I decided to take the retreat meditation program as my exit to this beautiful country.
What company did you work for here in Thailand? The company name?
Oh, the company. We were working in a project with Thai Oil
Okay, now you
in
finish.
Sriracha, which is about 2 hours south of Bangkok.
How did you find out about the Middle Way Meditation Retreat program?
Well, since I arrived to Thailand, like I said, 7 months ago, I've been very eagerly looking for a place to do meditation. And I went to the internet and I found many places, but this one was the most appealing to me.
Okay. And why did you decide to join this particular program? You said you've been searching for something.
Well, I wanted to have a comprehensive program, something more than just a weekend, and to learn new techniques from meditation. So after reading your website, I felt this was the right place to be.
Okay. And have you practiced meditation before you came here?
Yes, I practiced on my own and with different techniques, and very briefly, never into the depth that I've been exposed in this week.
Okay. Can you tell us about your experience during your meditation here that you learned?
The technique that I was taught in here have given me
The experience.
the experience that I never had before, which was to calm my mind. They use a term in this center called monkey mind, and I think myself and many of the members of this retreat right now, we had all monkey minds at the very beginning, but after 2 or 3 days I was able to calm my mind, and I think that's one of the most wonderful experience I have gathered so far. That's all.
Okay, but any like the brightness or crystal ball that in your experience?
The technique that is taught in this retreat suggests that we focus our mind into a crystal ball or any bright object, and by following the 7 steps of the breathing and positions, we can move this object to the center of our body, which is considered the center of the mind. So at this time, I've been able to follow the 7 steps, coming from our nose all the way to the throat into our center. But I've not been able to move the object to the center of the mind yet. I did for a very short period of time managed to have a brilliant diamond crystal piece in my mind, but it went away quickly.
It's new here compared to the past.
Completely different. The technique in here is more advanced. It's more focused into improving your way of life. The techniques that I've used before, it was just a very simple and momentary. In here, I think the technique can give me a way of continuing with the calm mind in my future, which is what I'm seeking. I want to have a calm mind, so I think this is definitely a program that I will choose as a way of meditating.
Okay, and do you think meditation can help you in your daily life?
Definitely. It's not as simple as it seems. Meditation, I learned this week, is very difficult if you can't calm your mind. We've been meditating intensively. We meditating at least 3 hours or 4 hours a day here, so it's plenty of practice, and I have got a little better. On my 3rd day, your body doesn't ache as much, and
beautiful.
you begin to concentrate more into your object and trying to find the center. So I think that if I can go through this week and get the technique understood, then I can use it for the rest of my life.
Sounds like you're an advanced student.
Sounds like I am, but I'm not.
Okay. Like some people have this, some of the strange questions, right? That happen just pop up in their mind, and just as like they're wondering where their life is going to, and what's the purpose of birth, what's the purpose of life, and or what's the life going to be after you pass away. Have you ever had those kind of strange questions?
I think perhaps the one before last you said, where our life going? Is that what you asked?
That like purpose of life.
Purpose life. I think I have questioned myself several times on that. We work hard all our lives. We try to be good person, but we still have a lot of suffering, a lot of problems and things that come to us. So I always wondered, will I ever reach happiness? Will I ever be happy for a long time, not just for a few hours? That's always been my question. And the last one, for sure, I asked myself many times that question after my father passed away last year.
Sorry
And
to hear
for
that.
yes, thank you. And for first time in my life, I was so close to see somebody I love so much dying that, yes, I have questioned myself many times before that passed and after that passed more even. What will happen to me after I die? I know one thing for sure is that my body will decompose, will stay in this world, and I know my soul will go either to heaven or hell, and it's all depends on the merits that I accumulated in this world and the good deeds or the bad deeds I've done. So I have this fight constantly to understand what's going to happen to me. That's my personal opinion, but at this retreat, I have another point of view of that, is that according to the Lord Buddha and according to Dhammakaya, the body can have many lives, or a person can have many lives, and we can be reincarnated to be somebody else. So that concept is new to me, and I'm not quite understanding it yet, but something that I will be considering in my future.
Okay, looks like you have some answer, but you're still searching for some other answer. I wish you luck.
Thank you, thank you.
And what is your purpose of life?
The purpose in life is to leave this world and do good for my body, good for myself, and good for everybody else. I want to leave this world and leave good things behind.
And many people have mentioned that meditation is an international practice, not restricted to one religion. What do you think about that?
In the West, we are learned, there are many books about meditation. You could go to a bookstore and find many techniques, many ways, and those are the books I've been reading all these years. And I thought it was very international. But as I've been in this retreat center for a few days, I believe that it will help if you do have some Buddhism experiences or understanding, because I think it will help you reach the ultimate supernatural goal. But if I am personally a Catholic and I'm here just because I really wanted to calm my mind and feel peace within myself, and I feel that this technique that they teach in here can be adjusted to my religious life. But I repeat, I think it will be ultimately very helpful if Lord Buddha is part of one's life.
And from your perspective of the world's issues of like killing, somebody stealing, do you think that maybe meditation can help solve the problems?
There's no doubt in my mind that if the leaders of the world were to practice meditation and calm their mind, they will be making better decisions that they are making now, and it definitely will improve the world around. Yes.
Yeah. That what you said, that you believe that meditation can help bring peace and happiness to people.
Yes, I believe that for what I have seen and experienced in this retreat, it looks to me like everybody's so happy and peaceful. And it's not just because they're here in this perfect setting. I have gone to your temple before, and I've seen everybody being very spiritually uplifted and happy. So I think it will definitely make an impact in the world.
Okay. Let's say if you would like to speak to the people of the world through this DMC channel, this program, right now, what would you like to tell them? You're talking about the Dhammakaya TV program locally in Thailand? Yes,
I think,
and outside of Thailand too.
Yes, I have learned that you have it around the world. I did not know that. I learned that just recently. I think that program is great. I think it's a wonderful idea to keep the teachings broadcast, because it's a way to reach many other people that can be participants of the temple.
Thank you very much for sharing your experience with us. We hope to see you again at this retreat center.
Thank you so much.
สวัสดีค่ะ ขอบคุณค่ะ Well, goodbye for now. Thank you for joining us. สวัสดีค่ะ
That is all for today's Meditation for All program. All your questions and comments are most welcomed and can be sent to our email address at meditationforall@gmail.com. I wish you a good day ahead, and I rejoice in your merits. สวัสดีค่ะ